1, 2, 3. I heard that.
4, 5, 6.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here tonight at Griswold High School, where tonight the Wolverines of Griswold Wheeler host the Killingly High School football team with no nickname. I'm Kevin Thompson alongside me. Sorry, I laugh at that every single time because I can't believe that we still don't have a nickname. So, John, tonight, interesting game. Killingly comes in undefeated, ranked number 10 in the state, number 1 in Class M. Griswold has 1 win on the season. Everybody's predicting this to get ugly quickly, and that's kind of happened with Killingly in a lot of their games. They get out front, and then they kind of cruise in the second half.
They absolutely do. Yeah, Killingly's coming into this game 5-0. Win tonight actually clinches the ECC Division III for them with 3 wins. There's 5 teams in Division III. Killingly's sitting on top of that as well. So a win tonight clinches that division title. And like you said, yeah, a lot of people are counting Griswold out of this one, but I can tell you, working with the team this week in their practices, and they actually had an extended practice yesterday. It was a 4-hour practice, and Coach Wilcox, speaking with the team, you know, he knows that people are talking about this being a blowout, and then the team's pretty motivated. So I'm expecting, you know, a Killingly win. I'm not going to be shy about saying that, but we may have a new London game on our hands.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, you know, Griswold also is down arguably their best offensive player tonight. So it's going to be difficult because Kessler is not in the lineup tonight.
Not on the field tonight. Not on the sideline, not in street clothes. He is not in the stadium.
So Kyle Kessler is not going to play tonight for the Wolverines of Griswold Wheeler High School. We're happy to bring in this game to you from the Griswold Pride broadcast booth. Again, as I started saying it, and I started laughing at my own high school because I live in Killingly. It's Kevin Thompson alongside me, Jon Hardin, Mike Winarski, doing the magic behind the scenes. And who's on camera? Mike, the other Mike? Mike and Mike.
Aaron Neville.
Aaron Neville. All right.
Aaron Neville. Yeah, we pulled him out of New Orleans, got him off that gig, and he's running the camera.
All right, so we got somebody up on top of the broadcast booth bringing you all the pictures this evening, the sight and the sound of the game, and then John and I will be calling it for you tonight. So, you know, doing the research was pretty easy because you just look at a bunch of the statistics for Killingly. They're averaging 43 points a game, only giving up 11. So the margin of win, their winning margin is 32 points. That's going to be something that Griswold's going to have to kind of grind tonight to keep it close.
They are, and really the keys to the game, like I've said it all season long, it's almost becoming cliche. But I think the battle's going to be won at the line, both offense and defense. Now, the last couple of weeks, the Griswold Wheeler defense has really stepped up and played exceedingly well. What really needs to catch up is the Griswold offense. Because, I mean, if you look at the Killingly offense right now, you look at Drybolt's the quarterback. You know, he's only got like a 469 completion rating. They do not throw the ball very often. It's mostly a ground attack with Jack Sharp and Soren Reeve. And both those guys, on the year, Jack Sharp has 99 carries for 577 yards and 14 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's averaging just about 3 touchdowns a game and a little more than 114 yards per game. So they're out at the 50-yard line doing the coin toss, as you can see from the camera, or maybe not because the camera is now pointing up at the lights.
The beautiful light.
So, and that wonderful light pole that's right in the middle of the field. That
the infamous 50-yard light pole.
Obstructs our view. So that'll be something that we'll be looking around all night. So there's the coin flip, and we'll see who gets the ball here. So Griswold won the toss. Looks like they're going to receive. No, they're deferring. They deferred it. He patted him on the shoulder pad, so I assume that's what he was saying, is they were going to receive. Okay. All right, so Griswold will be going left to right, Killingly right to left, and Killingly will receive the ball to start the game. Not so sure that was the best option there on the coin toss, because if Kinley gets the ball and they score, it's they could be off to the races for that.
Well, the one thing, if you look over the season with Killingley, the majority of their points are scored early in the ball game. Then they kind of turn the jets off. They probably start putting some of their underclassmen, their JV players into the game, and the point scoring falls off dramatically. If you look at Griswold, it's exactly the opposite. When they start going with the underclassmen and the JV players, that's when we're scoring our points. So with Griswold getting the kickoff now to begin the second half, that may actually work out in their favor.
All right, Griswold Chamber Choir getting ready to give us our national anthem, and here we go.
The Griswold Chamber Choir will be singing your national anthem.
What so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly strewn, and the rockets were full of bunkers singing there. Give proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Have a nice hand for the Griswold Chamber Choir. Thank you.
All right, and there you have it, our national anthem, including 3 of the football players.
Yeah, that's one thing we've
Griswold
noticed.
Chamber Choir.
It's absolutely fantastic that the football is able to participate in the chamber choir, and they come off the field to do the national anthem, and it's a fantastic chamber choir.
One of them is one of the captains for the Griswold Wheeler Wolverines, Ryan Palillo. Also participates in the chamber choir.
Yes, you do.
It's good to be multifaceted.
And that is an advantage of a smaller school, is that you have more opportunities to be involved in more activities.
All right, so as we said, if you're just joining us, and it looks like we don't have the camera up right now, so if you're listening on YouTube or Facebook Live or whatever app you're choosing to use, I will have to change my tactic here, John, when I'm calling the game and be a little more descriptive.
We're going to have to go old school here.
All right, here we go. And the kick is away off to the right-hand side, and it's covered immediately at the 49 of Killingley. So Killingley will have the ball at their own 49, 1st and 10, and
so this is going to be the first test of the Griswold defensive line. They've got to get penetration on this Killingley offensive line and put pressure, because you've got Jack Sharp and Soren Reef in the backfield. Looks like they're in an I formation, which is typical what we've seen in previous Killingley games. And they've got a key on those running
takes
backs.
a snap, turns around, hands it off. Oh, nice tackle.
What a stick right at the 50-yard line. That's what we're going to have to see all game long from Griswold.
No gain there for Sharp. Oh, they do give him a yard. That looked like he tackled him right there at the line of scrimmage.
Right. That was a generous spot right there.
All right. Camera's back up. So we got 2nd and 9 here. Killingley on the opening drive of the game. You're just joining us. Griswold won the toss and deferred and kicked it off to Killingley. Revolts turns around, hands it off, inside handout.
There's the run.
Right up the middle. He could go all the way. Shoestring tackle is no good. And that'll be Soren Reeve going the distance for 49 yards and a touchdown. 6-0 Killingly.
Right, and that's not uncommon to see from Soren Reeve. He breaks through, especially through that second level. He starts to get open field in front of him. He's going to go a long way. So that'll be the 7th touchdown for Soren Reeve this season. And he does it with just under 1 minute into this game. Killingly's already up over Griswold Wheeler, 6-0.
And they're going to go for the extra point. 51 seconds into the game. And the kick is up. Looks like it's good. And it is. So Drybolt's also serving as the kicker. So it's 7-0 here. 51 seconds into the game. And that'll give Killingly an early lead.
Right, nothing really unexpected. That should, Griswold should expect to see plays like that all game long. They're going to stick with Sharp and Reef in the backfield, and looking forward to Reef and Sharp doing exactly what Soren Reef did right there, taking it in 49 yards for the touchdown. So now Griswold lining up to receive the kickoff from Killingly.
So 51 seconds into the game, a 49-yard run by Soren Reef puts Killingly up by 6, and the extra point was good. So it's 7-0 Killingly.
Yeah, interesting note. That actually doubles Reef's longest run on the season. Previously, it was 22 yards.
All right, Killingly setting it up on the near hash mark here.
Yeah, interesting. They're setting up their kickoff on the hash mark.
It'll be Drybolts again kicking it off. Returned up to the 23-yard line by
Kincaid Rubino.
So that'll be 1st and 10 at their own 23 for the Wolverines. See how they come out tonight, John. We've seen the 2 games that I've done this year. The game here at home, they came out and it was in the typical wing formation. And then last week in Wyndham, they started off and it was shotgun. Oh, they're doing that again this week.
That's exactly where we're at now. Try to give Cassidy a little bit of time back there to get the ball off, find those receivers. Spreading out the offense a little bit, and it looks like they did draw Killingly off sides.
Nope, false start.
False start
On Griswold, so that'll back them up 5 and make it 1st and 15 from the 18.
So that's something that Griswold really needs to work on, because that's something that we've seen all season as well, is the false starts.
Anytime you're going against an opponent that certainly has the talent advantage, you got to minimize the mistakes. So there's another flag offside now on Killingly. So Killingly gives the 5 yards right back.
Right. Couple of hands go up in the air like, are you kidding me? So right here on the first offensive possession for Griswold, we've had 2 penalties, one against Griswold, one against Killingly.
Now it's back to 1st and 10. Wolverines from the 23.
But like you said, we've got to win that battle at the line, both offense and defense, and we've got to keep the mistakes to a minimum if they want to stay in this game.
Oh, the handoff almost didn't get there. Off to the right side. He's up there for 7 yards, maybe 8. They'll give him maybe 9. They gave him 9 on that, John.
We'll take 9 on that. That was an excellent run. Yeah, it looked like they weren't exactly on the same page at the handoff, but they were able to get it to Josh Turner, and he was able to move it 9 yards up the field. It's now 2nd and 1.
Yeah, it looked like when Cassidy turned around, he wasn't sure which direction.
Yeah, there wasn't a running back there.
All right, here we go. 2nd and 1, Wolverines on the 32. Cassidy calls for the snap, turns to his left, hands it off to Turner.
Back to Turner, trying to get to the
Turner,
left.
that's going to be a loss of about 3.
That looked like Terrence Allen in on that tackle for a loss. Going to back him up another 4 yards.
Yeah, that was Alex Potapsky.
Oh, was it?
For Killingly, yep. Number 19.
So I saw a 60 getting up off the.
He was the one that covered the kick on the initial kickoff.
Well, on the play, brings up third down.
So it'll be third and about 4 or 5. 2 wide receivers here on the near side, 1 on the far side in the slot. Cassidy still in the shotgun. Claps for the snap, turns around, hands it off. And stumbles. Turner stumbles and falls about a yard short of the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up 4th down and 6.
Yeah, unfortunate turn on 3rd down for Griswold right there. Gives up 4th down and 6 on their side of the field.
And they're going to punt it away. Kinley sends 2 players back. It's Ben Jacks and Noah Colangelo. Oh, no, just Ben Jacks. Colangelo was going back, but now he's just playing a few yards out. Punt gets away. Good punt.
Decent punt.
Jacks
Good
fields
hang
it
time.
at the
No fair catch called for.
at the 40 and gets plastered by Rubino.
Fantastic. Lowered the shoulder and just drove through him.
Well, that's what we noticed last week about Turner. The punts weren't long, but they had plenty of hang time.
Right, and just enough hang time there to get Rubino down there to put Kinley on the ground, and it'll now be 1st down and 10 for the football team from their own 40. I guess we can call them the football team.
Drew Holtz is the Kinley football team. Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. Got 1 wide receiver here to the near side, 1 to the far side. The I formation with Sharp and Reef. He throws it to the right.
Goes to the air.
And he picks up about 7 or 8. That was a catch there by Ben Jacks,
Tackle made by Aiden Pelletier.
the one who actually fielded the punt. They're going to give him 8 on that, so it'll be 2nd and 2.
So it'll be interesting to see if Kinley goes to the air more often, having success.
Fumble! Griswold's got it. So when Drypos came out from center, he tripped. And as he turned around to hand it off, they banged into each other, and the ball came out of his hands, and Griswold covered. So that's a turnover here early on in the first quarter for Killingly. 8:11 to go, 7-0, Griswold down. They'll take over on the Killingly 42. It's good field position here.
Absolutely. And this is exactly what Griswold needs. They've got the ball in Killingly's side of the field. They've got a fresh set of downs. Early in the ball game, Killingly's only up by 1 touchdown.
All right, Cassidy takes the snap, turns around. Bobbled, but held on to and tackled for about a yard gain. And that's number 22, Giovanni Malave. We've seen him a little bit off and on, John, this year.
We have. That was actually, a couple of weeks ago was the first time he was in pads on the field. And I still have my handwritten roster with number 22 written on there, picking up a couple of yards here for Griswold. Now it's 2nd down. What would you say?
2nd and 8.
8.
2nd and 8 here for the Wolverines. All right, still in the shotgun. Signals for the motion left to right. Turns around, hands it off to Malave again. Malave pick up another 3, another 4. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 5.
So as long as we're making positive yardage on these plays, I'll take these short runs, these 2-3 yard runs up the middle from Griswold. It takes time off the clock, keeps the ball out of Killingly's hand. As long as they can continue to convert first downs, it'll work out in Griswold's favor as I fight with my headset cord.
All right, here we go. 3rd and about 5, maybe 6. Cassidy in the shotgun still with the back to his left. Receiver in the slot motions behind Cassidy. He pitches it to him, and he gets decked for a loss. Number 82.
That's Nathan Keefe, correct?
In the backfield, so big loss on the play. Brings up squad side.
Number 82 is Nathan Keith. That is correct. He's a senior.
Big
5'11", 185.
plays on both sides of the ball, and actually was a player of the week for the Killenly Ball Club. Also plays baseball.
All right, here we go. 4th and about 13. Looks like Turner's going to punt it away here. Good snap. He gets it up in the air. Jax is calling for the fair catch. He makes it at about the 23-yard line. That's where Killenly will take over.
And once again, Rubino was right there. So smart call on Killenly to call for the fair catch that time.
Yeah, it looks like Jax learned his lesson after the first one.
He may be still feeling that a little bit.
All right, here we go. Killenly's third possession of the game. They scored a touchdown on the first one to go up 7-0. Turnover on the second one. We'll see what they have in store. 5:47 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Killenly ahead. Motion right to left by Keefe. He resets. Griswold turns around, hands it off. That'll be to Reef. Reef gets to the outside. And he gets tackled by Palillo. Nice tackle. If he had gotten by Palillo, he only had one man to beat. That's up to the 48-yard line of Killenly, so that's a 25-yard gain for Reef.
Yeah, the left side of that Killenly offensive line opened up that lane for Reef to cut right in, and then he cut to the outside. And then, like you said, if Palillo wasn't there, he was probably going the distance again.
All right, receiver near side, receiver far side. Ball's in the near side hash. Revolts takes the snap, looking for the far side. He's going deep, wide open. He's got it. He's down to the 10, the 5, touchdown, Killenly. That was a nice pass to Ben Jax.
Brings up the second Killenly touchdown. So Killenly going to the air early here in the beginning of this ball game. 2 passes, 2 completions, 1 for a touchdown right there to Ben Jax. 5:04 left in the first quarter.
Jax just completely ran right past the defense on that one.
Yeah, got past the defender. He was wide open. Griswold dropped it right into his arms, and all he had to do was take it right into the end zone.
All right. Griswold is going to attempt the extra point. Looks like it's good. It is. So that'll be 14-0 now for Drebolts. And he's got a touchdown pass. He's got both extra points. And then we've got Soren Reef on a 49-yard scamper for the touchdown in the original score. So we got 5:04 left to go here in the first quarter. Killenly's up 14-0 over your Griswold Wheeler Wolverines.
So Killenly here early on the offensive side, they've got a good mix of the running game and the passing game. You know, we were talking before the game started that they're primarily on the run and that we would see Reef and Sharp in that I formation, which we have seen. But Killenly's had receivers to the right, receivers to the left, kind of spreads that defense out so they can either go to the air or they can go to the ground. And it's worked out in their favor both ways.
And here we go. Again, they're kicking from the near side hash. As they fan out and get ready for the kickoff. Boots it. Fielded at the 10, the 15, the 20, 25, 30. Oh,
still on his feet.
Gets about to the 32. Good run back by Rubino.
Fantastic run. And secured that football as he started getting to traffic, because that's one thing Griswold's going to have to pay attention to as well, because this Killenly defense can force turnovers.
Yeah, there were definitely some hands grabbing as he was coming through that traffic, trying to strip the ball out. All right, see if Griswold can get on the board here. 5:04 left to go. 4:57, I should say, left to go in the first quarter. 14-0. The Griswold Wheeler Wolverines trail. Cassidy from the shotgun claps for the snap. He gets it. Turner off the right side. Handful of jersey. Slows him down. Gets about a yard.
Yeah, he had some room, but Allen right there grabbing the jersey, holding on for dear life, slowed him down. And they were able to bring him down with only a gain of 2.
They gave him 2 on that, so it'll be 2nd and 8. All right, here we go. 2nd and 8 for the Wolverines. Cassidy still in the shot. He claps. Here's the snap. Pitches it to Turner on the left-hand side. Trying to get around the corner. Cannot do it. Loses 2 yards back to the original line of scrimmage.
If not a yard behind the line of scrimmage. So Killenly with a strong backside contain on there. The 2 pitches that Griswold's run have gone nowhere.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to out quick Killenly on the outside. So don't know if that's really a good option now that you've seen that twice. All right, 3rd and 10 here for the Wolverines.
The only problem is Griswold's had success just running up the middle, but now they're here in the 3rd and long situation. Kind of makes you wonder what they're going to line up in. They do have 2 wide receivers here to the near side. There is a wide receiver to the far side. Single back formation. Cassidy's still in shotgun.
There's a snap. He turns around. He's running to his right, being chased, and he's dragged down from behind. Number 52 for Killenly on that sack. That's Seth Dudson.
That's
Seth
a senior.
Dudson.
He's kind of a spark plug looking player.
All right, so that'll bring up 4th down and about 18. And Turner will punt it away again. Now we have 2 people back, Jax and Colangelo. Noah Colangelo also back for Killenly. Good snap. Punts away. Not as much hang time on this one. Falls short at the 48 of Griswold. Takes a nice Griswold bounce down to the 37.5-yard line. So that's where Killenly will take over.
Yeah, the punt wasn't quite as high and not quite as far, but it took a fantastic Griswold bounce, taking Killenly all the way down to their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
Wound up being a 36-yard punt with no return. So that's a pretty good net gain for Griswold. All right, we got 2:26 left to go here in the first quarter, 14-0. Killenly ahead. Rebolt's waiting for the whistle. He gets it. He's ready to go. Turns around, pitches it to Sharp on the outside. Oh, he
Sharp
just destroys. Ran right over somebody. There's a flag on the play as he goes down the sideline. He's knocked out at about the 28 of Griswold, but there is a flag at the 49 of Griswold.
There was, but definitely the law of tonnage was in effect on that run because Sharp just ran over the Griswold defender, getting to that left side before Rubino once again lowers his shoulder and knocks him out of bounds.
That was Aiden Peltier.
Was it?
Yeah. He got trucked. 5'11", 220 is Jack Sharp. Holding on, Killenly. That's what the flag was. So it's a spot foul. They walk it back to the 40. So it's 1st down and 7. It's kind of an odd rule in high school football where it's a spot foul for holding. And even though it's a penalty, Killenly actually gained 3 yards technically.
Yeah, it's a 10-yard penalty with a gain of 3 yards.
So 1st and 7. Vibos is going to throw it this time. He looks deep over the middle. And it's overthrown. He was looking for Coangelo going down the middle. So that'll bring up 2nd and 7. So next week with us doing the Saturday game, I'll actually be at the Friday night game at Killenly. So I'll keep you updated, Mike, so you can post. My son plays in the band, the trombonist.
Trombone, I played the trombone for a short period of time.
Takes the snap, pitches it back to Sharp. Sharp's going to go over the right side this time. He's got blockers out in front. He gets into Griswold territory down to the 42.
And Rubino just takes his legs out, but not before Sharp picks up a Kinley first down.
So 18-yard scamper will bring it into Wolverine territory.
So, Kevin, you're saying Dreebholtz for the quarterback.
Yes.
So I'm going to take your word for it as a
Yep.
Killingly resident. But it was I after the E, so I was saying Drive. But if it's Dreeb, we'll go there.
I believe that's correct. I could be wrong, but I've heard his name spoken in town,
Right.
so I'm pretty sure that's right. Oh, nice play there on Soren Reef, cutting through his Turner, and that'll be about a yard loss, I believe.
So that's what we said. We got to get penetration through that Killingly offensive line and then key on those running backs.
And I hope by seeing what Sharp did to Aiden Peltier that they're all realizing you got to tackle these guys from the thigh down.
Oh, you got to get low. You're not going to tackle either one of these guys high. And then even when you get low, you're probably going to get a thigh or a knee to some part of your body.
Yep, false start there on Kinley. Tight end Keefe just leaned a little bit forward once he was set. You can't do that. Tight ends can move as long as they're not set, but once they're set,
Once you're
just like
set.
a lineman, you can't move, and he did. He rocked forward. So that'll march it back. Another 5, so it'll bring up 2nd and 16 here for Killingly. We've got 37 seconds to go here in the first quarter, 14-0. Griswold Wheeler trails. All right, here we go. 2nd and 16. Hand off to Sharp. Sharp taking it over the right side. He's got a first down, it looks like. No flags. Bringing it all the way down to the 31, 32-yard line. So that'll be a first down for Killingly.
Yeah, gets it right down to the first down marker, and it will move.
32. They'll get it down to the 32 for a first down.
So one of the things we're seeing here with the Killingly running game is they're going off tackle, getting to those outside. They're not really trying to test the Griswold defensive line up the middle. They're getting out to the outside.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter. At the end of the first, 14-0 Killingly with the lead. All right, John. Well, we saw the first quarter there, and Killingly's kind of sticking with what they know best, except for that one play, the big touchdown pass.
Right, but, I'm impressed right now because we've gone through one quarter of play, and Griswold's held Killingly to 14 points. So I will take that as a win. And like I was saying right before the end of the quarter, they're really not testing the Griswold defense up the middle. They are going off tackle, getting to the outside. It's working for them, but definitely Killingly saw something in their scouting that they practice on this week, that they see a weakness in the Griswold defense there to the outside. And like you had mentioned it just a couple of moments ago, the speed of this team, it's almost unmatched. So if you let them get to the outside and there's a clear lane, it's going to be a long run. And really, there could be a couple of more scores if it wasn't for Kincaid Rubino, who's come up big with some tackles.
So eventually we'll get some of the names of the offensive linemen in here for Killingly too, because the holes have been wide. All right, score update. 2:42 to go in the first. Woodstock Academy 7, East Line 7.
Woodstock, that's Griswold's next opponent.
All right, here we go. Oh, we actually got a T formation here. A little different. There we go. Turns around, fakes the handoff. Rolling out to his right, looking downfield. He's got wide open. It's Jax again for a touchdown. So 32-yard touchdown pass makes it 20-0 Killingly.
Complete breakdown in the defensive backfield there for Griswold. Jax was all alone.
He was waiting for the ball to come to him.
Yeah, just sitting there on the goal line saying, hey, look at me. Dreebholtz put it right into his arms for another Killingly touchdown. Was that touchdown?
32.
32.
32-yard TD pass. Dreebholtz to Jax again. Dreebholtz will – nope.
Oh,
Looked like he got blocked a little bit. Somebody got a piece of that. So 86 from Griswold.
86,
Who's
Andrew
that?
Hardin.
Who's that?
And Big Drew getting his big old mitts in there. I tell you what, I'm looking him eye to eye right now. He's a freshman, but if he's as tall as me, he's 6'2", 183. We were actually comparing hands the other day, and he's almost got me in the hand department as well.
So it stays 20-0 as the extra point is blocked. And just like the first quarter, John, this is kind of eerie. 9 seconds into the game. 9 seconds in. They basically, 51 seconds in, I'm sorry. 51 seconds in, Killingly scores. 9 seconds into the second quarter, they score again, so it makes it 20-0.
Right, but I'll tell you, that score right there is Killingly just found a hole in the Griswold defense. There was a breakdown in coverage.
And they're really only sending 2 receivers out in the patterns because that's Killingly's base set is the 2 running backs, the 2 receivers, and the tight end. Griswold kicks it off again. It's going to be right about the 10 again for Rubino. Rubino brings up to the 20, 25, gets to the 29.
There was a little bit of daylight, but somebody got him from behind, brought him down.
So Griswold will start this drive at their own 29-yard line.
But you could kind of see Rubino's head kind of pop out of the pile, and then all of a sudden he started going down to the turf.
Thank you for joining us tonight on SNSN, bringing you high school football from Griswold High School from the Griswold Pride broadcast booth.
First and 10, Griswold.
Still in the shotgun, Cassidy. Motion left to right. Turns around, hands it off to Malave. Malave gets tackled right at the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard. That is where they're going to spot it. Lost a yard on that one, so it'll be 2nd and 11 for Griswold. Another score update in the second quarter. Thames River 8, Cheney Tech 6. Thames River's having a good season this year.
They are. I was talking to a guy at work just today about things. His son plays for that team and actually had played with Montville youth football in the youth divisions and then moved on to technical school, and that's where he's playing now.
All right, 2nd and 11 here for the Wolverines. Cassie takes the snap, pitches it to Turner. Turner trying to get around the corner. He does this time. Gets over to the 30, up to the 34-yard line. There's a flag down in the backfield, the offensive backfield.
With number 44, Keith Perry, with a fantastic open field tackle against Turner.
Holding against Griswold. That'll come back.
It's going to come back. So the first time we get positive yardage on a toss to the outside, and it's going to go back with a hold.
And again, that's a spot foul. So from wherever the hold occurred, they walk it off, and it's going all the way back to the 14-yard line. Ooh.
Uncalled for right there.
So that's 2nd and 25. 2nd and 25.
So the penalties are hurting Griswold, and they've hurt them all season long. Not doing themselves any favors here early in this ball game against Killenly.
Cassie takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking for the 2 receivers on the far side. He actually tried to dump it down to Turner. Pass was incomplete. That was almost a lateral. This Turner was just about parallel to him, and got to be careful with that because if you throw it behind him at all, that's a lateral, and Killenly can pick that up and run for 6.
They can't. Almost a Memphis miracle right there. And one thing is Cassidy stepped into the pocket. There was actually a pretty nice pocket that had formed, and he took a step in and then immediately turned to his right to dump it to Turner. So we're still seeing, the freshman quarterback is learning his ways. He's starting to make some plays and some movements here in this game that we haven't seen. This is what, week 7? That we haven't seen earlier in the season.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 25 for the Wolverines. Cassidy takes the snap, draws back, looks to his left. Intercepted, going down the sideline. That'll be a touchdown. Pick 6 for Killingly. That's Trevin Russ, senior cornerback wide receiver.
And we had just talked about how this Killingly football team can create turnovers. We saw it right there with an interception, pick 6. Just came right over the top of the Griswold receiver, took it all the way to the end zone.
All right, they're going to go for 1. There's a snap. And the kick is up and no good.
No good. Wide
left. So that'll leave it to 26-0 with 10:05 to go here in the first half. Killingly with the lead. So just to let you know, in case this does happen, at 26-0, if the game gets to 35-0, the clock will run and not stop regardless of the situation, unless there's a timeout or an injury.
Right, timeout or injury. The only way to stop the clock once we get to a running clock, and you're exactly right, 35-point deficit between the team ahead from the team behind does start the running clock. Probably something Griswold does not want to see here in the first half. There's still 10:05 to play.
Killingly was up 34-0 at halftime on Montville last week.
Really, the mental errors and the penalties for Griswold right now is hurting this ball club. They're going to have to play a mistake-free second half or the remainder of this game and then be able to get some positive yardage on offense. They haven't had anything happening with the passing game. The tosses to the outside have been shut down by Killingly. So really, right now, running up the middle seems to be working. I would do that until Killingly proves they can stop it.
Killingly setting up for the kickoff. And there it goes. All the way back to 7. A little shorter at the 14 for Rubino. 20-25. Gets to the 30, just about. Yep, they'll mark them down at the 30.
With the kickoff return, brings the ball up close to the 30-yard
So
line.
Griswold really hasn't
It's gonna be 1st and 10.
had bad field possession on any of their offensive possessions this game. They just haven't been able to do anything with it.
So Griswold will take over on their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. With 9:58 here to go in the first half, down 26.
Yeah, I was going to say it looked like with some personnel substitutions, we were going to get that double wing formation. That's exactly what Griswold's lining up with 1st and 10 here.
Turn around, hand off to Palillo. Palillo goes over the right side, picks up about 4. So I'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Ryan Palillo with the carry.
So it does look like Griswold also agrees that they've been able to pick up positive yardage with their running game. Switch their formation to double wing and pick up 4 yards right there off the top from 1st down.
Staying with that split wing, trying to go up the gut, maybe a yard or 2. They're pushing the pile, and they'll give them 2. So that'll bring up 3rd and 4.
So that's a manageable 3rd down. We're finally here. 3 minutes into the second quarter, Griswold with a 3rd and 4. Manageable distance. See if they can pick up a 1st down.
Another score update. Ledyard 7, Wyndham 0
Get them, Colonels. Get them.
at the half.
Hey, I'm still torqued over last week.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 4. See if Griswold can get a first down here. They have at least one first down tonight on their first drive. Going to the I formation. Hands it to Palillo. He looks like he got it.
It's close.
He got it. He's up to the 41. So that'll be
There we go. They're moving the sticks.
a Griswold first down.
Yeah, Mike, you gave me a weird look, but the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
It's the second time I've heard that today.
Really? So Griswold sticking to the ground here from the double wing formation. They pick up a first down. 7:58 left to play in the first half. Griswold still looking for its first score of the night.
All right, here we go. Turner in motion. He gets the ball over the left side. Trying to go to the outside. That's not going to work. He's going to lose a couple. And again, Russ for Killingly in there to drag him down.
I'm telling you, Killenly, they're not getting sucked in. These plays to the outside aren't working here early on.
They were gracious with that spot and only gave him a loss of 1. So that'll bring up 2nd and 11. We have 7:15 here to go in the first half. 26-0 Killingly with the lead. Little moving left to right. He gets the handoff over the right-hand side. We get a nice little gain out of that of about 4 yards. So that'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Now these Wolverines stick with what's working.
Cassidy jogging back to the huddle with the play. Gather around, boys. This is what we're going to do. All right, here we go. Huddle breaks. Palillo on the right-hand side this time. You've got Turner on the left and Malave behind Cassidy. Takes the snap, turns around. Inside handoff to Palillo. He gets to the outside, or tries to.
Tried to get to
no
the
dice.
outside.
No dice. Dragged down from behind. They just
Terry
can't. They
again.
can't get to the outside.
I mean, you look at where Perry lined up and the ground that he covered to make that tackle here on the near side. We just can't seem to break it.
Another ECC score, although they're playing somebody outside the conference. Cheshire 7, NFA nothing. And they're going to punt it away. Turner here on 4th and 9. Gets it off. Good hang time on that one. They're going to let it bounce. It's short.
Whoa.
Takes a nice bounce. That's going to go down to about the 22-yard line. So that'll be about a 37-yard punt when it's all said and done for Turner.
I tell you what, that punt hit the ground and took off.
Definitely hit nose down.
So Turner with all
Oh,
these
wow.
pumps.
That did not go back to the 20. That spot is completely wrong. I tell you, the officials are struggling this year with some of these spots I've noticed in the 3 games I've done. That ball was clearly touched at the 22-yard line.
I think there was some parallax error on the way they were looking.
It was the Matrix.
Look at it from an angle it looked like the 20, so they placed it on the 20.
All right, here we go. Oh, and the shotgun now. 3 volts with the 2 backs, 1 left, 1 right. Hands it off to Sharp. Sharp goes over to the left-hand side. It's going to pick up maybe 3. 3-yard gain for Jack Sharp. That'll make it 2nd and 7 for Killingly.
Yeah, and all the bodies coming off of that tackle. That was a fantastic team tackle by the Griswold defense.
Looks like coming out of the bottom of that pile, which is normally the guy that makes first contact, was Isaiah Heikela. All right, same formation. Shotgun with a back to each of his side. They give it off to
Same
Reeve
play to the other
as
side.
it goes to the over the right
Oh!
side. Oh, tripped up by Rubino. He goes down at the 45, but that'll be a first down for Killingly. They're going to give him the 46.
I tell you what, Rubino right now here in the first and second quarter, I'm giving him defensive player of the game.
He saved a couple for sure. All right, we got under 5 minutes to go here. 4:35 to go in the first half. 26-0. Killingly with the advantage. Griswold's getting the sign from the sideline.
Yeah, Griswold can allow these Killingly running backs to get up to speed. They're going to have to stop them.
Oh, interesting. They got Reef here as like an H-back spot off the tight end. 2 wide receivers to the left. They hand it inside to Sharp. He goes over to the left side. He gets into Griswold territory. He's gone. No flags. 10-5. Touchdown, Killingly.
And there's a Griswold player on the ground.
So that'll be a 54-yard scamper. 54 yards for Sharp. Is that Palillo?
It looks like it may be Palillo. I think I'm seeing a 5 on the front of that jersey.
So 3:55 to go here in the first half. Not Palillo. Sharp goes 54 yards. And to put Griswold up, Killingly up 32-0.
So here we are, typical Killingly football game. 3:55 left to play in the first half. They're already up 32-0 over Griswold. And that hole right there, that was big enough for anybody to run through. And then once Sharp got to the second level and through that, there was nothing but open field in front of him. Takes it all the way into the end zone for another Killingly touchdown.
Palillo's up. It's his left leg, I should say. He's favoring his left leg. Obviously not sure exactly what it is, but he's definitely limping to his left.
Able to get off on his own power gingerly, getting helped by the trainer.
Do they go for 2 here, John, do you think? Or
I think they need to make it up. I mean, if they've had a couple of missed. What? So he'll take them, but they're going for 1.
They're going for 1. He's missed the last 3. Snap. Good placement. Kick is up. And it's good. So that'll make it 33-0 here. Killingly with the lead. 3:55 to go in the first half.
Right. Drevo, he's got a foot. Kevin, do you know what his longest field goal is? Has he attempted a field goal?
I do not know that. I did not see him attempt one in the game at home against Lewis Mills. But, yeah, I mean, his kickoffs consistently are going down to the 10. So
right. And then, I mean, he's getting that air quick. I mean, he's clearing the goalposts on these extra points.
It's not uncommon for their quarterback to also be their kicker. The last starter for Killingly also did the same thing.
It's like old
he was
school
a punter
NFL,
and kicker. Yeah, George Blanda style.
You went all the way back to Blanda. But, I mean, that's another –
Number 1 in your hearts, number 47 in your programs.
It's another arrow Killingly has that they could use. If the Griswold defense is able to stop them, he may be able to put it through on a field goal attempt.
Kicking from the far side hash. Kick off all the way down to the 17. Oh, bobbled by Turner, picks right back up.
Bounced right back into his hands.
He gets across the 30 up to the 32, 33-yard line. That was a fortuitous bounce. He didn't even have to break his stride.
Fortuitous. And then Nathan Keefe on the tackle. So Griswold gets another opportunity on offense to try to move this ball down the field. They've been able to pick up a couple of first downs, but they haven't been able to get into that end zone.
They have yet to enter Killingly territory in the game. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 at the Griswold 33. Rubino in motion. He gets the handoff over the right side. He'll pick up a couple. So that'll bring up 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 for the Wolverines.
Right on their own 35-yard line.
3 minutes to go here in the first half. 33-0. Griswold Wheeler trails.
Griswold really needs something to break open here for them if they want to get into that end zone before halftime.
Rubino in motion left to right. Handoff up the middle. Gets a couple. Is that Malave? That was Malave.
It is. It's Gio.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6.
Third
3rd and 6 is the 37. They're in no hurry here. Winding it down to about 2 minutes to go in the first half. Motion left to right this time. But
And
Turner
going to the outside. And
trying to
it's
go to the
not
outside,
there.
and he gets tackled for a loss. They'll lose about 3 yards on that one.
But that was number 52. Seth Dootson once again on that tackle. I'm telling you, there's nothing to the outside here. We keep going to that well, and it is dry, dry, dry.
Turner's dropping back to punt it away again.
All these punts, somebody's going to have to ice his foot after this ball game.
Under a minute 30 here to go in the first half. Snap is away. Kick is off. Fair catch and caught at their own 43. Kinley will take over there. Noah Colangelo.
Right, and Kincaid Rubino all the way down there again, wishing him a good evening.
And Kinley will take over with 1:09 to go here in the first half, up 33-0.
Need a big defensive stop by the Griswold defense here. So Kinley changing it up a little bit.
Yep, they're going to a formation they had in that last play when Sharp ran for the touchdown. Sharp
There it
goes left
back
this
to
time.
him again.
He'll pick up 4.
And the tackle made by number
And
86.
Griswold has a player down. One of the linemen. I can't see the number. It's 50-something. I think.
50.
54.
54.
That's Heikela. Isaiah gets up. He's walking off under his own power.
Big A.J. Hamill coming onto the field in his place. Hopefully it's not too serious, and we'll get to see Heikela later. But, yeah, it was number 86, Andrew Hardin, in on that tackle against Jack Sharp. But not before he picked up 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, they gave him 3. Thought he had 4, but they gave him 3. So 2nd and 7 here for Killingley. Under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Inside handoff, and that'll be stopped for a gain of 1. Reef on that one.
And
Probably
big
just
Danny
let the clock
Sims.
run out here.
Yeah, big Danny Sims just put him in a bear hug, took him down.
10 seconds to go. And that'll do it for the first half. The Wolverines will go into halftime, into the locker room, down 33-0. And you're watching high school football on SNSN. And we're back here at Griswold High School, where the Wolverines trail 33-0 against Killingly. And John, we were talking at halftime that in the last few games, I know for sure that Killingly has kind of called off the dogs and put some of the backups in the second half. Last week, similar score for Killingly, 34-0 at halftime with Montville, and they wound up winning 47-13. So we'll see if Griswold can get on the board here in the second half. As you were saying, if they try to run outside, it's not working. Killingly's too fast.
Right. They continue to do it, and it hasn't worked each time they've gone there. And they've got net negative yards going to the outside. The only way they've been able to find positive yardage is those power runs right up the middle.
So maybe that's the plan, and they'll just grind one out here and get on the scoreboard in the second half. Griswold Wheeler obviously down a little bit tonight because they don't have Kessler, who arguably is their most prolific offensive player. And he is not even here tonight. So not only he's not injured, and he's not in uniform, he's not even here. So we will try to get you some more information on that as the week goes on.
Right.
So let's review the scoring. First half, 51 seconds into the game, Reef goes 49 yards for a TD, 7-0. Extra points good. With 5:04 left to go in the first quarter, it's a 52-yard pass from Griswold to Jacks, 13-0. The extra point was good, so that's 14-0. And then 9 seconds into the second quarter, another TD pass, 32 yards, Griswold to Jacks, 20-0. Extra point was no good. It was blocked, actually, by somebody. Go ahead. You can say it, John.
His last name.
Hardin.
All right.
Hardin.
With 10:05 left to go in the first half, interception, pick six, Trevin Russ, 26-0, extra point, no good. 3:55 left to go, a 54-yard TD run by Sharp, 32-0, extra point was good. So that gives us the 33-0 score, and Sharp is two touchdowns shy of his average. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here in the second half. Quite frankly, I mean, he has not run the ball a whole lot tonight. He probably has less than 10 carries, I would say. I'd say they've used Reef a little bit more tonight.
They have used Reef a little bit more. And actually, I'm really not kind of surprised by that. I mean, with the history that Reef has with the Griswold football program here in town, like I had talked with Mike earlier when we were doing the youth games, we were looking forward to this ball game tonight because there are players on both sides of the ball tonight that know each other and have a long history. And some of them have actually played together. Now here at the high school level, they're on opposite sides of the field wearing different colors.
Yeah, that's always weird, right? I did a sermon this summer and it was all about friendship, and I was talking about a kid I've known since I was 9 years kid. He's older than me. I talked about a guy that's 9 years older that I've known since I was 9 years old. We played against each other in Little League, with each other high school in Babe Ruth, and against each other in college. So that was really weird.
Well, I tell you what, it's one thing when you put that football helmet on, you get a different mentality. My best friend in the whole wide world, he was the best man in my wedding. He's the godfather to both of my sons. I mean, this is how close a friend he is. We played football together all through junior high school. We were playing just a kind of a pickup Saturday game, and there was a fumble. He went for the ball, I went for the ball, and I broke his collarbone because, hey, he was on the other team.
Hey, stuff happens. Stuff happens at the bottom of the pile.
So I go to his house after that, like a day or so later, because we basically, whoever was at whoever's house by dinner time, you just ate there. And I come to the front door, ring the doorbell. His dad answers the phone and says, "Oh, no. You're not allowed here."
All right, here we go. Killingly is going to kick it away. Griswold deferred on the coin toss, so they will get the ball here first in the second half. From the 12 up the gut, 25-30 to about the 33, 34, 35, 36. That's where it'll be. To start the second half, Rubino again. He's got more than 100 yards on kickoff returns for sure.
I'm telling you, Rubino is playing quite a ball game tonight. I mean, running that straight forward, no juking, no jiving, no trying to cut to the outside, just straight up the gut. Gives Griswold the ball on their own, 36-yard line, 1st and 10. We got the second half to play here. I'm still sticking with my 48-8. I'm not deviating from that. I think Griswold's going to come back. They're going to stick with what was working, and that's the runs up the middle. They do have their double wing formation personnel set out on the field, and we're going to see what happens here in the second half.
They do, but it doesn't look like they're lining up, and they're kind of going an I wing.
Yeah.
Turns around and Cassie hands it off to Palillo. Palillo will get nice gain.
About
About
5
4 yards
yeah.
up there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 6 at the 40. As you said, John, they haven't been big gains, but they've been able to chip away between the tackles.
I tell you what, they pick up 4 yards every run. You're going to be picking up a first down on 3rd down here. So that's what Griswold's got to do.
For everybody at home with your fingers and toes, it's simple math. There you go. Cassie hands it off to Palillo. Goes over the right side. He's got a first down and more. No flag. So that'll be, I believe, Griswold's 3rd first down of the night.
3rd first down of the ball game.
Yep, they're going to move the chains. First down up to the 47.
So right now, deferring that opening coin toss to take the ball is working. They're just, 3 yards from Killenly territory. That'll be the first time that they've broken that threshold.
Now they just need to make sure they don't run it on the outside.
No mistakes. Control the football. That's the 2 things that Griswold needs to keep in mind here in the second half.
Inside handoff to Turner. He got about a yard, I'd say, there, up to the 48.
Yeah, it looks like the side judge is about a yard ahead. So forward progress on that because he did get driven back on the tackle.
Yeah, 2nd down and 9 here to go for the Wolverines. Trying to break into Killing territory for the first time tonight. It's a pitch. They're going to run it left side. Tackle for a loss at the 45. We just said it. Don't try to go to the outside.
Right. No, it's not there. It hasn't worked. You're on 2nd and long. Now you're 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 12 because they tried to go back to the outside. Hey, that smash mouth up the middle running game for Griswold's working.
All right, so now they're 5 yards away from getting into Killingley territory for the first time. Just under 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter here, 33-0. Killingley with the lead. Sticking with that I formation. Cassie takes a snap, turns around, hands it off to Palillo over the right side. He gets into Killingley territory, down to the 45. That'll be 4th and 2. Might as well go for it.
Absolutely go for it. You're on Killinley's side of the field for the first time on the night. You're 4th and 2. That's the best 4th down yardage that you've had all night. Go for it.
That was a nice little 10-yard run there by Palillo. All right. Boy, they were huddled up quite far from the football. Did they not think it was that far? Maybe they were just not so used to not being in Killingley territory.
Right.
All right, here we go. Cassidy under center. Turns around, hands it off to Palillo again. He goes off the right side. Oh, he didn't get it, and that'll be turnover on downs. No gain.
Kept sliding out to the outside, trying to look for a hole. No hole was there, and then taken down at the 45-yard line. And like you said, Kevin, turnover on downs. It will now be 1st down and 10 Killingley.
Palillo looked like he was just trying to follow his lineman there. He literally had his hand on his back, kind of trying to guide where the ball was going to go, and just they couldn't get the block that he needed. So they'll turn it over on downs. Killingley takes over on their own 45. Griswold's back under center in the I formation. And there's a whistle.
Flag on the play.
Illegal substitution on Griswold.
Ooh.
Do they have 12 men
Yeah, there's Turner's running off. 1, 2. Let's count them.
Penalty is against Griswold. Illegal substitution.
Yep.
Cheshire's up 13-0 on NFA now. Wyndham. Oh, there we go. Nice tackle by
Aiden Pelletier.
Peltier. Yeah, that's nice tackle on Sharp there. No gain.
Sharp started to lose his
Oh,
footing,
lost a
and
yard,
then
actually.
Aiden was right there to clean it up.
Sorry, everyone. Mike was trying to tell me that Wyndham's now up 16-13 on Ledyard.
Was that third quarter?
Yes. All right, Killenly 2nd and 6. Inside handoff. And they'll get into the Griswold territory inside the 45 down to the 42
And just
by Reef.
powering over people as he made it. He earned every yard he got on that run for that first down. There's a little bit of pinball Reef off Wolverines all the way down to the Griswold 42.
He's a pinball wizard. All right, just about 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Kinley on the drive again in the Griswold 42, up 33-0. Center's looking at his play sheet on his wrist. Going to start calling out some of the beef up front for Killingley. Good job that they've done tonight. Pitch way out to Reef on the left-hand side. He gets around the corner. He could be going down to the 15-yard line.
And Rubino once again getting him around the legs for the tackle, saves the touchdown.
Nice 27-yard scamper there by Reef. Put Killingley in the red zone.
But fantastic toss by Dreeholtz to Reef on that one. I mean, it was quick. It was take the snap, turn, and release. Let Reef get to the outside, picks up the Killingley first down.
And Reef was already in stride. He was already running by the time he caught the ball. All right.
Plainfield 15-6 over Montville.
Mike just giving a score update. Plainfield 15-6 over Montville. Inside hand. Oh, no. Going around to the outside for Sharp. He cuts it up. And again, Rubino grabs him by the ankle and takes him down at the 10-ish.
He was either going to get Sharp down or take his cleat with him, one of the two. Able to stop Sharp.
Or dragged into the end zone.
But Sharp able to pick up 5 yards.
So that'll be 2nd and 5 for Killingley. That play definitely looked like it was designed to go inside, John, but he bounced it out.
Bounce to the out. Griswold really needs to get a stop. I mean, not just to hold Killingley, the 33 points, but I think mentally they need to stop them. And they just haven't had an answer for this power running game. Once again, Killingley's back in that I formation with
Sharp over to the left side. Doesn't get much, maybe a yard or two. A yard they'll give him. Four minutes to go here in the third quarter. 33-0 Killingley up. Driving inside the 10-yard line now, down to the 9. It'll be 3rd and 4.
So pretty smart for Killingley. They put that receiver wide right, wide left, and they go to their power running backs there in the I formation.
Reef for the touchdown over the right-hand side. 9-yard scamper. We'll put him up 39-0.
But yeah, it really spreads the defense out, makes them commit to those outside receivers, which just opens it up more in the middle. And Killingley's been able to take advantage of that all night long.
Rebolt's ready for the extra point attempt. Oh, bad snap. Caught by the snapper. He was going to maybe try to throw it. No, he's just going to hang on to it and go down. So the extra point's no good.
And then the tackle was made by Dean Manzano.
So Reef gets his second touchdown of the night, 9 yards over the right side, and puts Killenly up 39-0.
So, Kevin, here we are, 3:27 remaining in the third quarter. We still have the complete fourth quarter to play. Killenly's up 39-0 over Griswold. Is this where we start to see some substitutions with different players on the Killenly side?
Perhaps. So I don't know if you've noticed some of the numbers on the Killenly offensive line. The one guy that stands out to me because he's the biggest guy on the field is Shane LeDuc, 6'4", 320. You're talking NFL size there.
That's a big boy.
I think number 79 is their center. Yep, that's Noah Russell. He's a senior, 5'11", 232. We'll get you some of those other numbers. They are doing yeoman's work tonight for Killenly. Kickoff taken at about the 10-yard line. Rubino again up to the 20, 25, and he gets stopped right there. That was what you call a stick 'em in the numbers.
Yeah, that was a pretty good lick.
Number
21.
21, yep.
So that's
Kobe Lopes. I know Kobe.
We saw that about the same time because there's so many players on this Killenly roster. The roster that we received is like in .10 to get them all on one sheet.
He's talking about the font size, everyone. It's hard to read, especially for old eyes like ours. All right. Griswold with their second possession here in the second half. 2:25 to go here in the third quarter. They got a couple first downs, 3 first downs actually in the first drive and got into Killenly territory. Inside handoff to Turner. He gets a nice gain on first down for 5 yards.
Yeah, Turner starting to break it upfield and then got tripped up. Number 44 once again for Killenly. That's Keith Perry on the tackle. But gain of 6 by Mr. Turner on that.
They
play.
gave him an
Second
extra
four.
yard. Nice. He bounced, I guess. All right, so 2nd and 4 here
Like,
for
we were
Wolverines.
joking at the break. You know, it's ball placement plus or minus.
Yes. Margin of error. All right, here we go. Lopes takes a snap in the side formation. Turns around, hands it off to Palillo. He'll get a yard, maybe 2, yard and a half. So I'll bring
Hey,
up.
either way, it brings 3rd down and 3.
Looks like they're going to give him a yard. 3rd and a long 2, short 3, however you'd like to say it.
But Griswold able to put themselves in some manageable yardage here at 3rd and 4th down here in the second half, which is something they were not able to do in the first half.
Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. 39-0, Killenly with the lead. Cassie takes a snap, inside handoff to Turner. He goes to the outside. Doesn't quite get there, maybe.
It'll depend on the spot.
I
He
think they're
got
going to give it to him.
35.
I think they're going to give it to him. He's right there.
Yep, and
Yep.
there's the.
They're saying
moving the
first down.
markers.
Wolverine first down.
So, Mike, not like that Killenly youth game we saw where the chains came out for measurements twice. And then Griswold actually had, a chain length to get the first down? They were not giving them anything in that
Saw
game.
some of that. Who wound up winning that game?
Well, the Micros took their first defeat. The juniors won, and the seniors won.
Nice. All right. Inside handoff to Turner. Winds up picking up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. That'll do it for the third quarter. The score remains 39-0. Killenly with the lead. As we head into the fourth quarter, it'll be a running clock because Killenly is up by more than 35. So only timeouts and injuries will stop the clock.
20, Cheney Tech 6.
Thames River 20, Cheney Tech 6. You didn't hear Mike off Mike?
Sounds like a late night show.
Yeah.
West Haven's up 13-6 on Notre Dame of West Haven. It's always a good game. I lived down in that area for a while after I graduated from Southern Connecticut, and I would actually cover some of those games from time to time for the paper that I worked for, especially Hamden. That was one of my beats. Those games were always Hamden, West Haven, Notre Dame. That area was always a good contest.
So, yeah, Kevin, 12 minutes. We got the fourth quarter, like you said, running clock. Griswold in possession of the ball, 2nd and 9. This is probably going to be their opportunity to put points on the board.
19-0 Cheshire over NFA. 32 seconds left in the second quarter. In that ball game. That must have started late. All right, Griswold comes out to start the fourth quarter. The ball at their own 36. 2nd and 9. Back to the wing. Coming around the outside. Rubino is going to get dragged down for a loss. Just has not worked tonight. And that's going to be a loss of 2. So that'll make it 3rd and 11.
So we're going to need a breakdown. Runs up the middle, positive yardage. Runs to the outside, net negative yardage. But we're going to continue to do it. 11:26 left in the game, running clock. You're down by 39. Let's keep running to the outside. Why not?
They actually gave him only a loss of 1, so it's 3rd and 10. That's a positive. On a negative gain. All right. Lopes. Cassidy under center. Rolls out to his right. He's going to throw it. He's got somebody open. Oh, Rubino drops it.
In and out of his hands.
Rubino had it and then dropped it. It would have been a nice gain up to the 50, if not more. We've got Killenly player down.
Injured player for Killenly.
Yep.
Was that 52?
52. He's made some nice plays on defense tonight. And that is Seth Dutson, senior for Killenly.
The one thing that we also haven't seen a lot
looks like a
this
cramp.
season.
I think it was a cramp because the way he was trying to stretch his leg, I think he got a cramp there. It is cool tonight. As I try to tell anybody that I've ever coached, including my own kids, you don't hydrate during the game. You hydrate before the game, and during the game, and after the game.
To maintain. You know, they should probably get a 120-ounce water jug.
A Bubba.
They come in hand.
Well, old men that need water have it.
Or that.
Oh, that was definitely Killenly. Killenly jumped there. Forced the Griswold player to come out of his stance.
To protect himself on that one.
Yep. So that'll make it 4th and 5. I don't know if that changes Griswold's perspective here.
Sean McFadden says, tell him, John.
Yeah, Sean, he knows. It's like, what was the definition of insanity? What was it?
Doing the same thing the same way over and over again, expecting different results.
There
That's
you go.
Einstein's definition of insanity. Short punt. See if it takes another. It does. It takes
I
another
tell you
Griswold
what.
bounce. Down to the 40.
We get 20 yards in the air and then 16 on the ground with these punts.
It's almost like what Belichick used to do with the kickoffs of the Patriots. He intentionally kicked them short but high so that he could actually tackle guys before the 25. That's when he actually had players.
Patriot hater.
Yep. It looks like Killenly's putting in the second string here, up 39-0. Makes total sense.
There we go. Let's see if Griswold can make something happen on defense. Hey, a turnover would be good.
And I'm talking second string across the board from the numbers we're seeing here. The line, tight ends, wide receivers, timeout, Griswold.
Griswold. First time out of the ball game. First time out for Griswold here in the second half.
9:25 here to go in the game. 39-0, Killenly with the lead. You listen to high school football on SNSN. And as we were just talking about, Killenly definitely has the reserves in. And this is something that we were talking about during halftime too. Because Killenly has been up so big in most of their games, this gives them a huge opportunity because most of their backup players have played like a half almost every game. So they've played a couple of games in total throughout the season. And that gives a huge advantage if somebody goes down with an injury.
Yeah, they've got that varsity experience playing on the big field with the big boys. And I was going to say a couple of moments ago, one of the things that we see with this Killenly football team is the number of seniors that they have. A lot of the teams that we've seen this season have very few upperclassmen on the team, and it's mostly made up of sophomores and freshmen. But this Killenly club, pretty even mix across all the classes.
There's no denying for Killenly. You know, Griswold combined with Wheeler, so that gives them some extra bodies. But Killenly has a VOAG program, so you do have a lot of kids from different towns that come to Killenly. If they play sports, it certainly is an advantage.
Right.
Oh, over the right side. That's number 29, I believe. Well, be honest with you, we had most of the starters' names down pat, but some of the backups we're not going to have for you right away.
That is 29.
That's Brandon Rosas.
Do you have the height on him? He's a
5'3", 125 pounds. Yeah, he came in the Lewis Mills games that I went to at home for Killenly. He is fast.
Absolutely picked up 6 yards on that carry.
2nd and 3 or 4 here. Maddox Wedge hands off to number 25, Brady O'Donnell. Brady 5'6", 170. Brady's neighbor. He lives right down the street from us.
Third down.
The quarterback that's been brought in, Maddox Wedge. I was telling Mike in the warm-ups, I actually coached Maddox in Little League for a couple of years. Really good athlete. He's a lefty, like me, so I have a fond place in my heart for him. Yes, I saw that. The Mike was just pointing out that the band's all in costumes tonight for Griswold. No surprise there. It's a great time to do it. Was he pulled off or was he jumping off?
No. Cheap 5 yards for Killenly right there.
Yeah, that's a first down on a penalty.
What we talk about, you have to play mistake-free against a team like Killenly.
All right, Wedge under center. I formation, turns around, hands it off. Pick up of a couple yards there.
Look like
that's Rosas again. Rosas. Picks
but
up
it
a
looked
couple.
like Aiden Daniluk and Jacob Hamill were in on that tackle.
Yeah, and Griswold, same thing, right, John? It looks like they're putting a lot of the reserves in as well to get them some time.
They do have some reserve players in there. We got a little bit of a mix, but getting some of those players that get less playing time, some playing time here.
Max Wedge pitches it to Rosas. He gets the first down, it looks like. No flag, so he'll pick up the first down to the 36 of Griswold. 6:50 to go here in the game. 39-0, Killenly up. Hard to tackle when you're only 5'3". It's not a lot of things to aim for.
And he gets those legs moving. It's almost like the old cartoons where they just turn into like spinning wheels.
The dust?
You know, shh.
The Roadrunner? Beep, beep. All right, there you go. Inside handoff this time to Rosas. He picks up a couple, it looks like.
Able to kind of lean forward, pick up a couple of yards. Was met initially right at the line of scrimmage, but was able to surge forward, pick up a couple for Killenly.
John, if you can, give us some of the names of the defense here. These kids probably don't get a lot of playing time, so we got 14, 51, 32 I see out there.
So 14, big Sam Gilgenbach's out there.
All right, Wedge under center. Single back this time. Oh, no, there was an I formation. The pole was blocking me. And that's another nice game by Rosas. Picks up a couple more.
Look, it went forward, then it started going backwards.
Down to the 34. Looks like where they're going to spot it.
And then number 34, Dean Manzano on that tackle coming off the field now.
And we got 18 coming off the field as well.
But you got 44, Mason Williams is out there. We've got
Brendan Hopkins was out there. He's a freshman.
12. You got 51, Gabriel. What is that? I can't even read my own writing. He out there.
Number 30 out there for Griswold. That's Benjamin Lewis. He's a freshman. All right, wedge under center here for Killenly. I formation. Turns around, hands it off. Rosas again. Runs into his own guy. Yeah, the lead blocker there. Number 61 there for Killenly. Got pushed back into Rosas.
Yeah, so we'll give
Ryan Hansen
the assist on that tackle.
All right, 4th down and 10. They're just going to go for it, just running the clock down here as we're running down all the way to 4:30 to go here in the game.
Yeah, really nothing for Killenly to lose here. Running 4th and 10.
Wedge getting the play from the sideline. Also in the game for Killenly, number 15, Braden Peterson. He's a junior. Number 27, Camden Senecal. He's a junior. Wedge turns around, hands it off to Rosas again. He's going to get the first down and more. Inside the 25, down to the 24.
So really needing a hold right there, which would give Griswold another opportunity to move down the field with a turnover on downs. Not going to happen with Killenly picking up a first down, going off to the far side there on the outside. Picking up about 11 on the play.
Also in for Killenly, Ryan Barretta. He's a tight end, sophomore. 5'11", 185. Split back formation here. Wedge under center, takes the snap. Hands it off inside. Looks like it's no gain, maybe a loss of 1 there for Brady O'Donnell.
And Daniluk once again coming up with a tackle.
2nd and 11 here for Killenly. As we under 3 minutes here to go in the game, 39-0. Killenly with the lead. Wedge takes the snap, turns around, hands it off. Rosas over the left-hand side, maybe picked up a yard. Wyndham 23, Ledyard 13. Is that a final, Mike? That's a final. 23-13. Wyndham wins again. And Whippet's 2 in a row. Their 3rd win of the season. All right, here we go. Maddox looking for the play on the sideline. 3rd and 11. That was a no gain there on the handoff for Rosas.
You'll see.
Broken play. Wedge just goes down as breaking in was number 24 for Griswold. That's Jesse Costly. He's a junior. Good play there by Costly. He read that one all the way.
Yeah, he was there. If the turf didn't get him, Costly would.
4th and 13 here for Killenly. And we've got a minute 20 here to go in the game. 39-0 to score. Killenly with the lead. Maddox takes it himself. Wedge gets a couple of yards out of that, maybe 1 or 2. And that'll turn it over on downs.
Yeah, Mason Williams was there to slow him up. Griswold does get the hold, turnover on downs.
That'll bring it under a minute here to go in the game.
– 'Let's move, guys. Let's move. You're only going to have a couple plays.
4 down, 4 down. 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 4 down, 4 If you have a winner, please come to the press box and collect your 50-50 money. Number 8.
45 seconds, Kevin.
6-4.
Yeah,
may
clock
have
does
one
not
play.
stop even on a change of possession because the deficit is more than 35. That's the rule in Connecticut with the quote-unquote mercy rules.
50-50 raffle.
Snap taken, handoff up the middle.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice run. Excellent
Still on
run.
his feet.
Again,
Takes
we
it
got
down to
backup
22.
players in there as well for Griswold. That was number 30, Benjamin Lewis. Nice gain there for a first down up to the 41. They're going to try to get one more playoff here. Not
9
probably.
seconds.
Yeah. We've got number 8,
5.
Chase Spurley in the quarterback for Griswold.
1 second.
They do snap it. Again, another hand up the middle to Lewis. And he gets up to the 46, and that'll do it. Triple zeros on the clock. 39, Killingly, Griswold, 0. Well, Mike, it wasn't 60-0, but he had the right score in terms of Griswold. And John was a little closer to the margin of win. He had 40 points to 48-40, but it was 39-0. It was pretty close. Quite frankly, John, not much to say on the Griswold side in this game tonight.
No, they really, once again, it's kind of the Griswold offense kind of still sputtering. You know, they're not able to get that penetration, drive those defensive lines out, and then get to that second level and open stuff up for their backfield. We're certainly have a problem on pass protection. Our passing game is basically non-existent right now. And then tonight we were seeing some positive yardage with those power runs up the middle, but we kept going to the outside, and it's just not there. And then we saw here in the final seconds, even with the reserve players, just run it up the gut, run right off center. We pick up a first down and then another big run to end the ball game. So, you know, something for Griswold to look at and to work on going into the next week. They've got Woodstock Academy, which is going to be another battle.
Get the Woodstock score, Reef. Get the Woodstock score. Yeah, so let me recap the scoring for tonight. Reef on a 49 touchdown run. It's all Killingly, by the way. So for some reason, if you're just tuning in, if you're not looking at the scoreboard on YouTube or Facebook Live, it's 39-0 Killingly. The scoring, Reef, the 49-yard TD run, 51 seconds into the game. Extra point was good. At 5:04 left to go in the first quarter, 2-yard TD pass. 52-yard TD pass. Dreepholtz to Jacks, 13-0. Extra point was good. Second quarter, 11:54 to go in the second. So 9 seconds in, I should say, 11:51 to go in the half. TD pass, 32 yards. Dreepholtz to Jacks again, 20-0. Extra point was blocked by some guy.
Andrew Hardin, 86, freshman.
With 10:05 to go in the first half. Interception pick 6 by Trevin Russ for 26-0. 3:55 to go in the first half. 54-yard TD scamper by Sharp, 32-0. Extra point was good. So that's 33-0 there. And then in the third quarter with 3:27 left to go, Reef with a 9-yard run, 39-0. Extra point. It's a bad snap and was just downed by the holder. So that's your scoring summary. And really at that point, Kinley put in the reserves. And Griswold had a couple of chances, John. I mean, they did get into Killingly territory a couple times, but it was either penalties or mistakes. They did only have one turnover tonight, so it wasn't terrible that way. Killingly also had a turnover. So from the turnover battle, it was even.
Even there, yeah, the Killingly with just the one interception, but the interception for a touchdown against Griswold.
Pick 6, that's, one of those things that got to be careful, especially when they were that far into their own territory. They were only in the their own 14-yard line. So that's going to drop Killingly on the season to 1-5.
No, Griswold.
Griswold, that's what I meant. Sorry, I meant Griswold. That's going to make Killingly 6-0, and Griswold 1-5. And they, like we were talking about, next week it's a Saturday game. Saturday. 12 p.m. kickoff at Woodstock Academy. And then the following week, another Saturday at Bacon Academy. Same time kickoff at 12 p.m.
Right. So, yeah, the next 3 of 4 games for Griswold are all away.
Then you got Montville on the 19th on a Friday. And then, of course, the Thanksgiving Day game is at Plainfield.
10 o'clock.
So that
Plenty of
is
time to get that game in and then catch the Cowboys game at 4:30.
We finally got somebody to actually play us on Thanksgiving Day, Killingly. So we are actually having a Thanksgiving Day game this year, which we haven't had in a few years because no one would play us, quite frankly. So, and this is one thing we were talking about also at halftime. In Eastern Connecticut, Killingly for the past 6 seasons essentially has been one of the most dominant teams, not just in Eastern Connecticut, but in the state. They made the state semis every year, 2015 through 2019, so 5 years in a row. They won it in 17. They lost in the championship game in 19. Obviously, there were no playoffs last year. Right now, they're ranked number 1 in Class M in the state, number 10 overall. So what you saw tonight was definitely a difference in terms of where these two squads are. But that could turn around quickly because if you get some younger players that come through the system and they stay together, like a lot of these Killingly guys had. I was explaining to John during the halftime. We basically have gone through 3 straight running backs, and now we have a fourth in Reef, where we went from Caffrey to Lockwood to Sharp. Sharp had 1,400 yards his sophomore year. Obviously, last year, robbed him of his junior year, but he's coming back again this year with another great season, and Reef is right behind him. So the future continues to look pretty bright for this Killingly program. So that's going to do it for us. 39-0 Killingly with the win tonight against your Griswold Wheeler Wolverines from the Griswold Pride broadcast booth. For Jon Hardin, Mike Minarski, I'm Kevin Thompson, and you've been listening to High School Football on SNSN.